Now I am going to explain about the combination of resistances. Combination of resistances, two method we can connect the resistance. One is like side by side. So that is called series connection. One is one down by another. So that is called parallel combination. So two way we can connect the resistance. So these two combination I am going to explain with the derivation now. So now series combination of resistances, I took three resistance R1, R2, R3. In series combination, we are going to apply potential difference by connecting the battery. So, in series combination, current is common for all the resistance. Series combination doesn't consume any current. So, in series combination, total I is flowing through all the three resistors. But here, potential difference is different. So, across R1, potential difference is V1. Across R2, potential difference is V2. Likewise, across R3, potential difference is V3. So, this series combination of resistance is nothing but potential divider circuit. So here total potential V equal to nothing but V1 plus V2 plus V3. So all the three potentials we will add means total potential across the three resistors we can find. So by using Ohm's law, V equal to IR. So this formula only we are using for V1, V2 and V3. So now I am going to find potential difference across the resistor R1. So V1 equal to, I said already, current flowing through each resistor is common. So we have to use I only. But the R place we have to use R1. Likewise, potential difference across R2 is V2 equal to IR2. Next, V3 equal to IR3. Now, I am going to substitute in this equation V equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So, V equal to nothing but IR. V1 place IR1, V2 place IR2, V3 place IR3. We need to substitute. So now in this side which is common means I is common, so we can common term we can take totally outside. So I took I common. So now both side of the equation I is common, so you can cancel it. So I will cancel. So effective resistance in series combination is equal to the sum of individual resistances. So effective resistance in series combination is the sum of individual resistances. Now I am asking one twisted model question. If three equal resistors connected in series, then what is the effective resistances? For example, three equal resistor. R1 equal to R2 equal to R3. So, two equal resistors means we can take R. So, this one I am taking R dash. So, R dash equal to R plus R. So, that is nothing but 3R. So, three equal resistors connected in series, then the effective resistance is 3 times the individual resistance. Like that, n number of equal resistors connected in series means effective resistance is n times the individual resistance. So, using this one, they will ask a number of twisted model questions. Maybe R value they will give and they will ask the questions. For example, each three resistors of 2 ohm connected in series, then what is the effective resistor they will ask. So we know R dash equal to n into R. R value they are giving like 2 ohm. So R dash equal to 3 into 2, nothing but 6 ohm. So problems also based on this formula they will ask. Next, I am going to explain about parallel combination of resistance. As already I said, parallel combination of resistance means the resistors connected by one down of other. So here, three resistors we connected in parallel. In parallel combination, potential difference is common. Already I said voltmeter we need to connect parallel to the circuits. So potential is common if parallel combination, but the current through each resistor is divided. So this is current divider circuit. Already I said series combination is potential divider circuit. Likewise parallel combination is current divider circuit. So total current is the sum of I1 plus I2 plus I3. So again we are going to use Ohm's law. V equal to IR, then I equal to R cross multiply downside, I equal to V by R. So now I am going to measure the current through each resistor I1, I2, I3. I1 equal to V by R1. So current through first resistor I1 equal to V by R1, second resistor I2 equal to V by R2, like that third resistor I3 equal to V by R3. So total current in the circuit. So total current in the circuit is nothing but I equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. So now I am going to substitute each values I1, I2, I3. I place I substituted V by R. So V by R equal to V by R1 plus V by R2 plus V by R3. So in this side V is common. So to common term we can take totally outside. So V I took outside. So 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So both side V is there. So you can cancel it. So effective resistance 1 by R equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. If parallel combination we are going to connect the resistance, effective resistance formula is 1 by R equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. That is nothing but the reciprocal of effective resistance in parallel is equal to the sum of reciprocal of individual resistance. So now one common question only, if three equal resistors connected in parallel, then what is the effective resistance? So equal resistance in the sense R1 equal to R2 equal to R3 is nothing but R. Then we have to calculate R dash. 1 by R dash equal to 1 by R plus 1 by R plus 1 by R. In this R is common. You can take LCM. So upside 1 plus 1 plus 1. So 1 by R dash is nothing but 3 by R. Then R dash equal to R by 3. If three equal resistors connected in parallel, the effective resistance in parallel combination is R by 3. Likewise, n number of equal resistors connected in parallel means R dash equal to R divided by n. Clear? So now 4 equal resistors connected in parallel. 4 equal resistors connected in parallel, each of resistance is 2 ohm. Then what is the effective resistance? How many number of equal resistors? 4 number, each resistor having value 2 ohm. So this formula you can use, R equal to R dash equal to R plus 2, n plus 4 we have to use. So 1 2s are 2 2s are. So R dash equal to nothing but 1 by 2 ohm or equal to 0.5 ohm. So like that problems, one word they may ask regarding combination of resistances. So next I am going to explain about heating effect of electric current. So as we know, if the conductor carrying current for long time, after some time we are unable to touch the conductor because it produced heat. So even lot and lot electrical gadgets, even after sometimes we are using continuously, after sometimes it will produce heat. Reason, all the electricity do not convert into work done. Some part is wasted, that wasted part is converted into heat. If the conductor having very high resistance, most of the electricity is going to convert into heat. So electrical heat or heat produced by the conductor depends completely on the resistance of the conductor. If resistance is more, heat produced also more. So this heating effect of electricity we are using for number of electrical appliances we are using in our home. For example, water heater we are using. So electric iron box, electric stove, or electric cooker, everything based on heating effect of electricity. One more, everybody's house we are having common fuse, electrical fuse. This also working based on heating effect of electricity. So now I am going to explain about electric heater. So how the electric heater is functioning. So electric heater having the coil which is made up of an alloy nichrome. So nichrome alloy is having little bit high resistance than conductor. So if resistance is high, already I said most of the current is converted into heat. So this heat utilized by water, then the water will get hot up quickly. So that is based on electric effect of heating effect of electricity. So next, electric iron box we are using, that is nothing but electricity is going to converted into heat. That even that electric iron box, the downside metal also made up of heat, an alloy of nichrome or tikonin. So this alloy converted mostly nearly 90% of electricity into heat. So due to high heat, it will iron the clothes very quickly. So next, electric fuse. So as you see at your home, the electric fuse having wire. That wire is made up of lead tin alloy. This lead tin alloy having low melting point but very high resistance. So low melting point and high resistance. So current, this fuse connected series in our electric circuit. If when voltage fluctuation happening, sometimes very high voltage will reach the home, means electrical appliances going to get spoiled. So it will burst quickly. To prevent that, the fuse will be short circuited, the fuse wire will melt and it will prevent the electrical appliances in our home. So if fuse wire having very high resistance at low melting point, so more current will flow, this resistance will be high. Due to that, the heat will produced. Due to that heat, the wire will melt and it will break the circuit. So these all appliances working based on heating effect of electricity. So what is meant by heating effect of electricity? The part of electrical energy is going to use for useful mechanical work. Remaining part of energy is converted into heat. So heat produced due to electric current is called heating effect of electricity. So this heating effect we are using more electrical appliances. Now I am going to give the formula about heating effect or heat energy released. So power. Last year we studied about power. Power is nothing but work done divided by time taken or energy transferred. Here I used H, which means heat energy transferred. Heat energy transferred divided by time taken. Power is rate at which work is done or rate at which energy is transferred. That is called power. So already electric potential related work equal to formula Q into V. So V equal to W divided by Q. So W equal to Q into V. So workplace I am using QV. So P is equal to W place I am using QV divided by time taken. How can we write V into Q by T? So charge divided by time is nothing but current. So Q by T place I am using I. So P equal to V into I. Now power equal to H divided by T. So heat energy transferred divided by time taken I am using. So heat energy transferred is nothing but P into T. Cross multiply time, H equal to P into T. So H equal to, so P place what we can write, V into I. So V I into T. Now I am using Ohm's law. Ohm's law, V equal to IR. So V place I am going to substitute IR. So H equal to IR into IT. So I into I square or T. So heat energy released, H equal to, so heat energy released H equal to I square or T. This formula is nothing but Joule's law of heating. So state Joule's law of heating, important question only. So which is related to H equal to I square or T. So now Joule's law of heating, first point, heat energy released is directly proportional to square of the current flowing through the conductor. So H is directly proportional to I square. So heat energy released or heat dissipated is directly proportional to square of the current flowing through the circuit. So second, so heat energy is completely depends on directly proportional to the resistance of the conductor. If resistance is more, heat energy also more. Third factor, the heat energy is directly proportional to time duration. If more time the current is flowing, so heat energy will be more. So this statement is nothing but Joule's law of heating. So Joule's law of heating, first point, heat energy released is directly proportional to square of the current flowing through the circuit. Next one is directly proportional to resistance of the conductor. Next one is directly proportional to time duration. So heat energy released depends on these three factors. Next, final topic in this chapter is electric power. Normal general power, what we used already, nothing but a rate at which work is done or rate at which energy is transferred. Same only we are using for electrical power also. So rate at which electric energy is transferred is nothing but electric power. Rate at which electrical energy is transferred is nothing but electric power. So as we used P equal to W by T, W work done equal to QV. So P is equal to QV by T. Q by T is nothing but current. So power formula is VI. This is one of the formula for electric power. We are going to use in our higher studies also this formula. Next we want to use Ohm's law. Using Ohm's law, V equal to IR. So V place we need to substitute IR. So P equal to IR into I. So I into I is I square R. So P is equal to I square R. So this is second formula for electrical power. So first formula P equal to VI. Second formula P equal to I square R. Next one more formula you can use, R equal to or I equal to V by R. I equal to V by R. Using this formula, we are going to derive the formula for I equal to nothing but V by R. So I am going to substitute in this formula. So I place I am using V by R. So I square, so V by R square into R. So I am squaring it upside and downside. V square divided by R square into R. So R will cancel. So P is equal to V square by R. This is third formula for electrical power. So total three formulas we have. So using these three formulas we can use to solve a number of problems. So power, electrical power, three formula P equal to VI, one more is I square R, one more is V square by R. In this electricity, detail you can study in second PU. So more and more basic things are there in 10th.
ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ವಿಡಿಯೋಗಳು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಬೆಲ್ ಐಕಾನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಮಾಡೋ ವಿಡಿಯೋಗಳ ನೋಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮೊದಲು ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ಸಂದೇಹಗಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಿಳಿಸಿ. ಹಾಗೆ ಈ ತರಗತಿಗಳು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ತಲುಪುವಂತೆ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ.